Welcome back, it's me, Lou. Okay, so today is Sunday, September 18th, 2022. It's almost 4 p.m. Central Time. And I just got this a couple hours ago in the mail. I got this from Amazon, and we're going to check it out. So we have the Hasbro cardboard protective mailer. And let's crack this thing open. And let's see what's in here. All right, awesome. All right, so we have the new G.I. Joe Classified Series Blue Ninjas. This looks fantastic. Wonderful box art. If you'll notice, this is the new windowless design. Hasbro is becoming more environmentally conscious, so they're trying to get rid of using any plastics in the packaging, which explains why there's no longer a plastic window. But I'm cool with that. It's nice to see a beautiful illustration here. Over here in the corner, we have a small shot of both figures that come in this 2-pack. And then on the back, some more photography. We have the male ninja and the female ninja. And it shows their loadout. Here are all the different weapons they come with. Both of them come with alternate heads also. As you can see here, there's the demon head and kind of like the cat head or cat mask. And it's kind of cool too. They even actually give you the actual height of the figure too. So this one stands at 6.28 inches and this one's 5.92 inches. And then here's their perks and abilities, which can be deciphered on the G.I. Joe website. Alright, so let's open up this box now. Alright, as you can see here, we have one box that's plain cardboard, and then we have one that has a graphic. So I'm not sure why that is. Alright, Blue Ninjas. Oh, it's like a foot locker, I think. I think this is supposed to be a foot locker. And I'm assuming this is where all the weapons and accessories are, I think. And then over here, we have the Blue Ninjas themselves in the cardboard tray. They look pretty cool. I like how the whites of their eyes, you know, they don't have any pupils. They're just completely blanked out. It's almost like they're, I don't know, either zombified or like hypnotized or mind controlled. I like the color scheme a lot. This blue's working really well. Initially, I intended to order a second set, but I really just wanted to get one just to see how it is. I might order an additional one in the future, but to be honest, it's like as cool as these figures look, I think I'd rather army build my troopers than my ninjas. But this looks fantastic. Now let's take a look at the Foot Locker and see what's in here. This is wild. There's like, it's like tissue paper. It's almost like that kind of like, if you're like gift wrapping and you want to use tissue paper to wrap the gift, it's kind of like that, but it's like G.I. Joe themed. You have the stars and stripes for G.I. Joe, and you have the Cobra emblem on the other side. So if I had to guess, I'm thinking that maybe one of these is for the female and one's for the male. Over here is the standard, I don't know what this is, legal stuff. Alright, so these are actually, they're not taped, they're actually sealed, so you actually have to cut them open. So if you're like a mint on card kind of collector, I could totally see you doubling up on this set just because it might bother you that you have to open one of these up. But I'm cool with it. I don't mind. So in one baggie we have... Whoa. We have the... Oh, it's a fox, not a cat. I thought it was a cat. We have the fox mask for... I think this is intended for the female figure, but if it might fit on the male one. It looks really cool. There's like the Cobra emblem in the middle of the forehead. A nice white, black, and red color scheme against the blue on the back. And then we've seen these before. We have the quiver with the arrows. These arrows do not come out. It's just one solid piece. We have the... Oh God, what's this thing? Sickle. We have a sickle over here. We have a grappling hook with a rope. And then, I think in one baggie we have, excuse me. I think this is the sheath. Yeah, in one baggie we have a sheath for one of the blades. And then, which blade is this? And then we have the blade. Nice katana blade. I believe these are all weapons we've seen before, just recolored. Yeah, this is the same blade we had before. If you look carefully, above the hilts, I think it's the Rashikage clan logo right there. So we'll set these aside over here for now. These are, I think, for the female ninja. And then the head, and then the grappling hook. Alright, so next we have the other baggie. Let's take a look at this. And then we have the demon mask. Alright, so what's cool about this mask, if you're a fan of Marvel Comics and the X-Men, this would be a great mask for a custom Ogun action figure. Like if you're familiar with the Wolverine miniseries, when Wolverine travels back to Japan, this was like in the 80s. He faced down one of his nemesis in Japan was I think it was like a samurai named Ogun. Or was it the Kitty Pryde miniseries? I can't remember. It is one of those. So it was either a Wolverine or a Kitty Pryde villain. But this would be a great head for that custom. Details really well done. I love the fangs. There he goes, back in focus. Looks beautiful. And then this guy comes with, which accessories do we have here? He comes with, alright, he comes with a bow, but I don't remember if the bow had a string on the initial release. He has a bow, a really long blade with a gigantic long handle, a standard blade over here, and that's what's packaged here. It comes with, this is for his back. There's a socket there and it plugs in. These are the sheaths for the blades. Wait, how many blades are there? Because I count, there's three sheaths, but then there's 2 blades, 2 size over here. We have 2 size. Smaller sickles than the female figure. These might be like ice picks actually for climbing, or mountain climbing picks. And then we have 2 axes or cleavers, whatever you want to call them. And then let's take a look at the figures. But for now, all right, let's set these weapons aside. So most of these accessories, if you already have the Red Ninja from the Classified series and the G.I. Joe Akiko figure, which we'll look at also later, these are figures that you've kind of handled before. The only thing different is, I think, the new paint scheme and then the different head on the female body. All right, let's just get these in place. These are not the sharpest scissors, so it might take me a while to cut these out. Alright, so we have the male figure on our right, and then the female figure on our left. Let's take a look at the male figure first. As you can see, this is pretty much identical to the Red Ninja we received maybe like a year ago. But the color scheme's different. You know, you have blue, black, and white. The sculpting seems to be really well done. There's no sign of, I think it's, what's it called again? Like, sometimes when a mold's reused over and over again, the mold actually starts to degrade, and then the sculpts end up looking a little bit softer. But the sculpts here just look almost just as clean as the initial release with the Red Ninja. So he has a hooded head with the metal forehead guard. He has the black mask on the nose and mouth. He has the whited out eyes with no pupils. Cobra emblem above the chest on this armor piece. He has some straps running across his chest. There's some throwing stars, but these aren't functional. They're just molded onto the harness. His belt is white, and you'll notice there's a sheath here, and then 2 more additional storage spaces here, which I think you could store, if I remember correctly, I think you store the size on his back. So you store the size on his back, I think, if I'm doing this right. And then this plugs into his back. And then I think it doesn't plug in all the way. Oh, this is one of those tricky things too, where you have to make sure the shoulder armor lines up with the socket in the actual back of the figure. And then once you get this plugged in, I think you like store both swords. But then I don't know what to do with because there's 3 sheaths here, but there's only 2 swords, so I'm not sure what to do there. But yeah, that's the blue male ninja. It's essentially the same as the Red Ninja. So if you've handled that before, you know, it's nothing new. His head rotates, arms rotate. It feels a little bit looser, to be honest. The joints don't feel as tight, at least on mine. So it's very standard in terms of articulation. You know, you're not breaking any new ground. If you've handled one classified series figure, you've handled them all. As you can see, I'm going through the motions of all the different points of articulation. And, you know, it's all there. And then boot swivel. And let's bring out his red counterpart, the first release. Alright, so here is the Red Ninja, the first release of the figure. As you can see, I think they're pretty much identical in terms of the sculpts. I don't think there's anything new. It's just a repaint. So there's the head. Now, if you're curious about the shade of blue that they're using here, let's bring out this guy. This is the Cobra, I think it's the Infantry Trooper. I can't remember. And it's almost the same shade of blue. Like the head here is the same color blue as this guy. But the body is like a lighter shade. Yeah, so you can kind of see there's a slight difference in the tone. The forearms, though, appear to be the same color, or at least pretty close. So these are pretty close, but then this and this, they're slightly off. This is pretty cool, though, because I think if you amassed enough of these guys, if you want to start creating your own custom, like Cobra Troopers, you know, you could do a lot of part swapping here. You know, you could probably try trading heads, you know, trading boots, legs. And it looks like there's some reuse, maybe. No, there isn't. Okay. So yeah, here's the comparison of the two different shades of blue. Infantry Trooper, and then we have the new Blue Ninja. Okay, so let's take a look at the female. Oh, real quick also, I'm not sure how easy these heads pop off. Let me take a look. Alright, this pops off pretty easy. I'm curious if the sockets are different sizes. Yeah, they are. Alright, so the sockets for the heads are different in size. My camera doesn't want to focus on it, so you'll just have to take my word for it. So, the female head here, the female mask, the fox mask, will only fit on the female figure, just because the socket is really small. And then the demon head will only fit on the male figure. Much larger socket. And it plugs in pretty well. It looks wild. That's really, really cool. So if you wanted like a headmaster in your clan of ninjas, you know, this is the head you'd want to use. Or if you want to create a all new unique character and just give this guy, you know, his own name and create a bio for him, go for it. And I'm really curious to see how this guy's head would look on the Red Ninja. Give me a second. Or here's the Red Ninja. I'm not sure if his head pulls off as easily. Hopefully it will. I don't want to actually break it. Alright, are these the same size? Yeah, they're the same size. Okay. Let's get this on here. Wow, that looks badass. This is a really, really cool look. So the demon mask on the Red Ninja, I think, looks better than it does on the blue body. The only thing I'd suggest is if you do this swap, you know, you might want to color the rest of the head wrap black or red. But yeah, I think this looks fantastic. Look at that. That looks wild. That's beautiful. That's awesome. And hopefully it comes off, okay. Alright, so we got that done and out of the way. I'm going to leave the demon head on. I like the demon head better. I think it's cooler. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. This is something that, you know, I might get an additional set or two in the near future, but for now, this one will do. I'd like to have the just the one demon-headed ninja, and then have two to flank flank him on his left and right. Generally that's kind of my rule when I army build. At the very least, I always try to get at least three. One as like a sergeant, and then the other two as just like standard infantry. But in this case, here this guy would be like the clan leader, and then you just have two like standard ninjas with him. Alright, there's that guy. Female ninja. Okay, so here's the female ninja. So it's a much shorter character. As you can see right here. Much shorter character. So this figure is using the Akiko body from the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes live action movie. The only thing new is the head. But otherwise, the uniform is pretty much the same, I think. I'm not 100% sure. We'll take a look at that in a second. One thing I noticed about this head, though, is that it's nothing against it, but it doesn't look as like highly detailed as other heads in the classified series of action figures. This almost looks as basic in design and sculpting as like a comic book Marvel Legends figure. Because as you'll notice, there's no like crazy micro pattern on the face mask or on the hood. It's just a very plain looking cloth fabric. And the shape of the head is nothing, significant either. It's just very round and oval. I mean, that's what a head's supposed to be, but you know what I mean? It's not like it's sculpted very realistically. This looks very, I don't know, almost comic book-like. But the body appears to be the same as the Akiko figure. The same shade of blue as the male ninja. So their color schemes are pretty close. The only thing I think they should have done, just so this falls more in line with this, is I think this figure could have done with more black on her uniform. Like maybe add some black on the vest here. And maybe on some of the armor plating. Just so it fit a little bit better with this guy. This guy has a good distribution of black on his uniform. It almost looks like maybe like a 30-70 combination of black against the blue. Whereas this one doesn't really have that much black to begin with. Outside of the headband, maybe no, not even on the neck. Yeah, so this one has a lot of, this one could do with more black in my opinion. Up close, like I said, the head sculpt looks alright. It's not the greatest thing in the world. The body appears to be the Akiko body. Her head rotates, doesn't look down. It does look down, looks up. Let me take this head off real quick. Yeah, so this one has a much smaller peg, as you can see, much smaller ball joint. And here's the fox head. This looks really cool. I like this a lot. That's a great looking figure. The fox head's so much better than the stock head. Arms rotate, standard articulation. There's no bicep cut, but it can swivel at the elbow. Wrist, waist, kicks up, kicks out. Now this figure is using this body right here. So this is the live action Snake Eyes Origins movie. We have Akiko. And as you can see, it's the same body. It's just repainted. And if you want to also, like I was talking about earlier, there's a lack of black on this. So maybe you could try swapping out the legs just to give this, some black. Or swap out the gloves also. Or even just swap the head if you wanted to give Akiko the blue uniform. So, excellent action figure. It's a cool 2-pack. I think it's worth the price. I can't remember how much I paid for it. How much did I pay for this again? I think this set ran for $44 on Amazon. I think. I might be wrong on that though. It was either $39 or $44. But I do think it's worth the value. I think you do get a good value with this. You're getting Two action figures that have the potential to be army builders, which is great. You have the additional heads, which are great for like creating unique characters or customs if need be. Lots of accessories, which is always a plus. And before I forget, let me grab something else. Is it? Alright, so this is a custom action figure I made almost 2 years ago, or maybe even 2 years ago when the G.I. Joe Classified series of figures first came out. I created my own Cobra Blue Ninja, and here he is. But I kind of went with a video game theme, and this is representing the Clan Lin Kuei. We have Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. So when the line first came out, you know, I thought the Storm Shadow figure was really awesome, and then I took one figure and I dyed it yellow, making Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and then I took another figure, dyed him blue, and then I made this Sub-Zero. So I kind of have like a Sub-Zero Mortal Kombat figure, and that's kind of paying homage to the old Mortal Kombat figures that were kind of like G.I. Joe, if you remember that. You know, back in the, was it like early or mid 90s, there was that line of Street Fighter figures and Mortal Kombat figures that kind of used G.I. Joe bodies. And for me, this is my way of just paying homage to that. And so you have my Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, and then you have the Cobra Blue Ninja. And as you can see, here are some of the same accessories we got with the 2-pack. You know, we have the arrows, we have the bow, the grappling hook with a rope. But this one comes with a single arrow, as you'll notice right there. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how do I rate this 2-pack? For me, perfect 10. You know, you're getting great value for your money. You're getting 2 wonderful action figures. They can easily be customized with the different heads. You're getting a lot of accessories. And for me, anytime you get an action figure with the potential to army build is always a plus. So perfect 10, awesome. If this is something that you're sitting on the fence and not sure if you wanted to get it or not, I'd highly suggest, you know, you just pull the trigger on it. I think it's totally worth the money. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So, until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.